People who watch the station think they know what this means. The new background that Ripple just put up might teach us something. We'll also talk about Steven Nurio's comments about Link2 and the fact that Ripple and XRP are 13 years old. I'd like to talk about withdrawals because some people are having a hard time with them. This page also has a nice movie about XRP and what it might do. I also want to talk about some things I've seen all over the place. Tom Lee said he could make people rich in 3 months. Did he really say that? I know everything you need to know. Have a great birthday. In 5 or 10 years, I'd love to be 13 years. I believe it will be 17 to 20 years. After that, who knows how far this will go. The 4-minute movie won't be shown in full, but I want you to get a sense of what it's about. I'll also talk about what AI helped me find. Hey, it's great to see you again. I hadn't seen you at the... This is what happened. Some of your XRP Army friends told me about what happened on Link2. What happened? Yes, I've heard a lot of things. People say that their money has been frozen since February of this year. I just heard this at a meeting. A lot of people don't understand that the CEO went to the meeting. I didn't hear him talk, but do you know anything about what's going on that he could tell us? A lot of people are mad, and I want to try to make things better. I'd like to meet the... Are you going to meet with the people who have power tonight? That's the one, then. Steven Nurio seemed to be trying to help these people whose money has been frozen. Link2 users are still having trouble getting their money out of the site because transactions are taking too long. Let us look. At the start of 2025, laws and rules were broken. The new people in charge of Link2 found out about... The new leadership team chose to stop all trading because these rules and laws were broken so badly. Because of what past leaders did, this is never a good thing. When new people come in and mess everything up, it's fun because everyone can blame someone else. We can't look at anything here. Transactions on the site are being looked into by authorities, including the SEC, and with the help of a lawyer. An independent lawyer and an internal review found that management knew about these violations for more than 16 months but did nothing to fix them. The company is now in a lot of legal danger because of this. Vague and not clear. There are still investigations going on at Link2 with the SEC and other regulators that touch users whose accounts were frozen in late February 2025. Users either can't get their money back or can only get a small amount. LinkedIn says that people who own things can still get reports on them. Take out cash on hand but not money that has been spent. And take part in selling investments they own while the suspension is in place. Everything about this feels really off and uncomfortable. If you're really into it, I can see how frustrating this might be. Also, LinkedIn called and asked me to do something I don't know anyone at. Someone told me a long time ago that many other extra XRP outlets were promoting LinkedIn, but I didn't know that. It wasn't good, so I hope this is fixed soon. Listen up, Dr. Martin Heispach. A lot more crypto businesses will fail in the next 6 months because they will run out of money, space, and tokens. Helpful, the ICO concept is finally coming to an end. Some things you should ask or find out before you start a new job. How much cash does the business have? How long can they go on with what they have now? Soon the bull market will end. If you've never been through a bear market, this one is pretty quiet right now. Projects will... If prices drop by 90 to 95% like they did in the past, you should try to make as much money as you can as quickly and safely as you can. Don't forget to talk about your plan with your financial planner as well. Putting money into the top 50 or top 20 tokens will clearly have less of this risk. It may not be accurate, but this is most likely between 100 and 1,000 tokens. It is hard to keep everyone going, so you need to keep growing and building. You need to keep people interested in what you're doing by telling them a lot of times. You won't be here in 6 to 12 months if you don't have any of those things or money. Anthony Crudall, a trade expert, talks with CME CEO Tim McCord about how XRP has a great use case and how there will soon be an ETF for XRP. We found the same thing when we looked into XRP. It had a very strong use case. On the XRP record, transactions settle in 3 to 5 seconds, while every second 1,500 transactions happen, with very low costs. The market value of XRP is one of the top 3 cryptocurrencies, and it moves quite a bit on the spot market. Another thing to think about is that many players know how to use futures along with their cash cryptocurrencies. There are very specific and hands-on ways to use these systems and tokens. People already trade and hold spot accounts, So this is a great way to use both spot and futures contracts. Spot ETFs will have the most effect on the market when these ETFs are accepted. Futures ETFs will not have as much of an effect. Now, I only want to say that I want to give Raymond and Cynthia Templeton, thank you so much for sending this. I'll read it out loud. This message came from a fan of my show. I have an idea about Ripple's wallpaper and/or its riddle to start date. It has to do with a picture. A sign on Wall Street has the time 11:21 written on it. So this is what he's talking about now. 11:21. I think the 3:29 p.m. above the writing means November 21st, 2025, at 3:29 p.m. If you look at this again, you'll see that the time is 3:29 p.m. I am not sure if he says that something might happen today, even though the seconds don't mean much. Now here it is, at 3:29 p.m. on November 21st, 2025. Maybe there should be a notice or a switch change so that all banks can go live. It's interesting that all of these banks have switched to ISO 2022, and he has a good reason to say November, and I think he might be right. It would be interesting to know if Ripple really knows the exact day and time that everything starts. They work with a lot of banks and helped you write and do the ISO 2022 on the body, so I think that 3 and November 21st, 29 p.m. add up to the same time, which could be when the news is made public or when banks open for business. In the second place, the ticket shows that the euro to USD exchange rate is about $2,250. $2,250. The I-26 at the top of the Broad Street sign could mean January 2026. That month could be when the price or value goes up. There are more things that might be true, but all I can see is the background. It's so clear that another sign has writing in a language I don't understand that I haven't tried to figure it out. The movie I have on my screen isn't very good. This might help you get. Other people were also interested, so Raymond and Cynthia, thanks a lot for sending this. That would be great if you're right.